You're dancing to the music of the hottest DJ around.
So I'm reviewing Overwatch. It's a MOBA and FPS based game.
Why is it your favourite game?
It's mainly my favourite game because I really like the gameplay and how it mixes MOBA and FPS elements really well. It makes for like a really enjoyable experience, and I enjoy playing ranked or casuals with friends.
What are the pros of Overwatch?
I think the main pros of the game is that Overwatch League is ran really well. You can watch it even if you don't follow the game that much, and the production for the game is really good. They just had the grand finals and it was insane to watch.
What are the cons of Overwatch?
I think the main cons are the current meta. It's pretty boring to play, it's not that fun to watch. It's double shield with a Bastion, and whoever kills the Bastion first wins. It's with like two healers that are just keeping him alive the whole time.
Why do you think it stands out in the first-person shooter genre?
I think the main reason it stands out is because it combines MOBA and FPS really well as a genre, and they recently just added role queue to the game, which is where you queue up for a casual or ranked game and you have to pick a role between tank, DPS and healer, and then every team will have 2 tanks, 2 DPS and 2 healers, which is how the game was meant to be played, as opposed to what was before where you could have like 4 DPS in one team and it would just ruin your experience for the game.
Why is it a favorite game?
It's my favourite game because of how tactical it is and how unique it is to the first-person genre. There are plenty of characters to choose from that have their own unique abilities and they are very versatile in the way you play. And, of course, it's better than CSGO.
What are the pros of the game?
The pros of Rainbow Six Siege is basically the game itself has a wide variety of characters that you can choose from that have unique abilities, and they can help. They're basically the catalyst to how a team performs, and if you're actually good with those characters. Like, for example, a character in Rainbow Six, Jaeger, he is able to, he has an ADS that is basically able to prevent grenades from entering the objective room that you're covering. If you place them right, you can actually help save your team. And Jaeger, you smelly German, I hate you so much.
What about the maps?
The maps are pretty unique. The maps are very different from what you would expect in a normal FPS game. Like, you have to actually think about where you're going to be entering. Like, for example, the map Canal, there's many entry points that you can choose, whether that be the windows, the roofs, the hatches that are placed all over the rooms, and there's basically usually 3 levels to every map. There's usually a basement, there's a ground floor, and then there's a top floor. And there's plenty of ways to actually burst in and surprise your enemies.
What is your preference of modes?
My preferred mode when I'm playing Siege, there's 3 modes. There's casual, unranked, and ranked. I usually like playing ranked because basically ranked is my preferred mode, mostly because it's very tactical from casual. You need to actually think. The objectives are priority. You actually need to think about what you're doing. Call outs with your teammates. Well, a pro tip for ranked: always have good teammates around you that will actually be able to help you in objectives. That will
basically have a good team to carry you. Yeah?
Have a good team to carry you, exactly. That's how I got to Plat 3.
And then, what are some of the cons of the game?
Cons of the game: the meta constantly changes. Although it keeps it interesting, it does change a lot of the characters that you'd probably be used to playing. Like, for example, most recently Glaz was hit with a nerf. His sniper is not able to detect anybody in thermal. You cannot. You have to stay still, and that limits what Glaz is able to do. Unlike what he used to be able to do when he was able to be mobile and actually see through smoke.
What do you think about some characters being actually broken in a good way?
Characters that are broken in a good way. Tachanka, mostly because he's a meme. Like the whole meme about Tachanka is that he's actually so useless that he's actually funny to play as. Like, his turret, all you do is just sit there with the turret and wait. It doesn't work with the meta, and it's just funny to do.
Like, lastly, what do you think is the most unique FPS?
Personally, I think it's the most unique FPS, mostly because of the versatility, the variety, the fact that you actually have to think about what you're going to do before you actually play the game. It's very tactical. I like how you have to be based on strategy, and that it's overall, a fun tactical game to play.
How are you? I will be doing Fighters. Fighters is a Dragon Ball universe set game where you basically fight as a tag team 3v3, and but the meta currently is just, you know, mash square. It's so bad that basically some of the characters have auto combos that as soon as you teleport behind them, they just turn around almost instantly and they catch you in their combo string or block string. Some of the pros of the game though is it's actually very fun, graphically pleasing, and of course just some of the characters are so enjoyable to play, and something there's nothing like better than learning a character that is actually tough and actually that you are able to use it. Like, it's very, very satisfying. Another pro of the game is actual connection. I haven't seen a better game in terms of connection when it comes to fighting games. Connection is by far top notch. Some cons of the game though are actual meta. There is only one character that sticks in my mind. It's Kid Goku. It's basically the smallest character with the largest hitbox in the game. It makes no sense. And he is by far the fastest character and deals a lot of damage. They were planning on nerfing him, but the only thing that is stopping them from nerfing is the actual yearly patch notes. Basically, the patch only once a year, and that's a big problem. And another con of the game is the fact that you kind of have a pay-to-win system where basically characters that are some of the top tier characters are basically you have to buy them. For example, in Goku, you have to buy him for like about €5 or something like that. And it really limits to what you can do with like another 20 characters that are just blocked for it. But why I like the game is it's actually it's a very, very fluent game, and okay, peace out.